Today we are going to learn how to create a cinematic look in DaVinci Resolve. First thing, navigate to the color page and you need to add a node. In that node we need to drag the color space transform effect. Then we need to input our camera color space information and our output will be Rec 709 and Cine Film Lock. In my case, I will put Blackmagic Pocket Camera 4K. If you shoot with Arri Alexa, Canon, Sony or iPhone, feel free to set it here in Input. Now let's continue. After we finish with color space transform, we need to create another node by holding Alt and S, and we need to go in the LUTs, search for film looks. All these LUTs are included in the free version of DaVinci Resolve, so you should have it. We are going to choose the one that it said Rec 709 Kodak D60. Just drag it and drop it to your node. You can turn off the LUTs so we have more working space. Now we need to select the first node to make a general primary adjustments. Use the gain wheel to set your absolute brightest points around 890. With this adjustment our footage will look like it have more dynamic range. Our next step is to create the fourth node. This will be for fine adjustments. We need to bring down the shadows to create some contrast, and we need to bump up a little bit the saturation up to your liking. Also, you can play around with offset control. This might vary depend on your shot, so try to find what works well with your footage. I will push the image slightly towards the green, because on my footage looks good. Now let's add the final node. Hold down Alt and S. Over here we need to create saturation density to imitate the deep tones that our cinematic shots give us. Navigate to curves and then saturation versus luminance curve and enable the Bezier curve. Select this point over here and drag it down slowly. Just don't do it too much because it will break your footage. Let's zoom in a little bit to see more clearly and do fine adjustments. What this does is taking the most saturated part of your image and darkens them, which create a subtle and pleasing contrast in your colors. We are done in under 3 minutes. Just make sure that you nail the white balance in your first node, otherwise any adjustments that you make later in the node 3 might not look so good. See you in the next video.